Hello, everyone. I'm Carrie with Nothing Pink, and we are so excited to be talking about Resurrection Lily today. And we have the author, Amy Beyer Shaman, with us. Thanks for joining us, Amy.
Of course. Thank you, Carrie, for having me.
For sure. So, we are so excited to share this book and how having a BRCA gene and hereditary cancer in the family impacts so many of us. And, reading your story and your grandmother and how it has impacted your story and your decisions. I guess, what would you say, Amy, is your hope for readers, especially those that are impacted by hereditary cancer? What's your hope that they would take away from Lily's journey?
Oh, wow. Well, that's a big question, but I'll try to answer that as best that I can. So many things, first of all. First, hope that other previvors like myself who have not had a cancer diagnosis and have a high risk for developing cancer, certain cancers, I want them to not feel so alone.
Sure.
That would be the number one thing, that they find, solace or comfort in my story, and then, sharing Lillian's journey. So I think that's would be, that they feel seen, they feel
Mm,
heard, they feel validated.
definitely.
I would say that would be the number one thing.
Mhm.
And, I wrote this book because I wish this had existed when I was going through everything many years ago. It's already been
Mhm.
16 years since I've
Mhm.
had preventative surgeries.
Mhm.
I don't necessarily want this to be a template for people to follow, like my choices don't need to be their choices. I made my choices based on my own family history, based on Lillian, based on my sister, based on what felt right for me. And that decisions don't have to be immediate, especially if you're a previvor. For those who are not previvors, whether they're family members or those who don't know anything about hereditary cancer, I would hope that they feel, excuse me, they feel enlightened a bit and educated that hereditary cancer impacts the whole family,
Mhm.
and that these are very personal decisions that people make, that while we don't have great options, we don't have great options to reduce our cancer risk, unfortunately, but we do have options.
Right.
And I think seeing Lillian's story in the book shows us our past does not have to be our present and our future.
So true.
And that these choices aren't great choices or options, but we have them. And it's hard when you're going through it to be grateful for them. And but maybe
Mm.
when you come out on the other side, you're grateful. um, the last thing I want to do is to say to somebody, because I know a lot of providers say this to people, and I tell them, please don't, because a lot of providers say, oh, this is a gift, this is knowledge. Yes, overall, knowledge is power. Yes, overall. But you're going through this is very raw and real. You have a lot of grief going on about losing body parts, possibly not the ability to losing the ability to have children. So many things are going on. So meet yourself where you are at, ask lots of questions, advocate for yourself. There's so many things I want to touch upon
There
that you
are.
can
Yes.
say. It's hard
Yes.
to answer, but I would
Yes.
say that in a nutshell.
That was wonderful. Well said.
Okay.
And that was perfect. I mean, you make so many great points, and I think that your book makes wonderful points as well. So pick up Resurrection Lily. It is available on Amazon. We really enjoyed it with our book club. Thank you so much, Amy.
Thank you.